Delaware incorporates more businesses than any state in America, including more than exist in Delaware itself. The standard story is straightforward. Delaware has business-friendly laws, low taxes, fast incorporation. Corporations flock there because it's cheap and efficient. That explanation is correct as far as it goes, but it misses the actual mechanism. It misses asterisk when asterisk this happened, asterisk why asterisk it was allowed to happen, and most importantly, what feedback loop made it nearly impossible to stop. In the 1890s, Delaware was broke. It depended on railroad taxes. When rail revenue collapsed, the state faced a genuine crisis. Lawmakers had to choose, raise taxes on residents or find another income source. They chose a third path. They'd sell corporate charters, make it easier and cheaper to incorporate in Delaware than anywhere else. It worked. Corporations began reincorporating in Delaware. The state collected franchise fees, not on profits, but on the mere asterisk existence asterisk of the corporation. No complicated audits, no fighting with business owners, just a flat fee for the privilege of being Delaware incorporated, even if you'd never set foot in the state. But here's where the system locked in. By the early 1900s, Delaware's courts had become expert in corporate law. Judges issued detailed, predictable rulings on liability, shareholder rights, and management structures. Predictability matters enormously to large corporations. It reduces legal risk. Other states tried to compete, but Delaware's asterisk jurisprudence asterisk was already decades ahead. This is the feedback loop. More incorporations meant more court cases. More cases meant more precedent. More precedent meant corporations trusted Delaware law more than rivals, so more corporations incorporated there. Each cycle strengthened Delaware's advantage. By mid-century, breaking that loop would have required a coordinated effort across all 50 states, which never happened. Now we reach the real mechanism. Delaware didn't just offer low taxes, it offered asterisk secrecy asterisk. The state allowed corporations to hide their beneficial owners. You could form a shell company, name a registered agent, and no one needed to know who actually controlled it. Perfect for tax avoidance, wealth concealment, and regulatory evasion. Delaware also pioneered another tool, the holding company. A parent corporation in Delaware could own subsidiaries across the nation and world, shifting profits and losses across jurisdictions. A subsidiary loses money in a high-tax state. Its losses offset the parent's gains in Delaware. Perfectly legal, structurally elegant, catastrophic for state revenues everywhere else. The predictable outcome: Delaware's tax revenue soared while other states competed downward to keep their own corporations. It became a race to the bottom. Each state that cut its corporate tax rate lost revenue, so it cut further. Delaware won because it moved first and built an institutional moat that lasted generations. By the 1970s and 80s, the system was entrenched. Delaware incorporated roughly half of Fortune 500 companies, not because they operated there, but because the law made it advantageous. The state's political leadership had zero incentive to reform. Corporate franchise fees were their largest revenue source. Changing the rules meant dismantling their own fiscal foundation. Federal regulators noticed. In recent decades, there have been calls for reform, transparency requirements, beneficial ownership registries, closing the holding company loophole. Some changes came, but Delaware's institutional advantage persists. The courts still issue the most sophisticated corporate rulings. The lawyers still specialize there. The feedback loop still runs. What the system reveals is this: rules aren't enforced equally when one jurisdiction opts out. When Delaware chose revenue over transparency, it created an arbitrage opportunity. Other states couldn't unilaterally close it. Corporations would simply incorporate elsewhere. The only solution was federal action, which is precisely what Delaware's wealth and influence could prevent. Today, over 1 million corporations are Delaware registered. Most have never conducted business there. They exist for one reason: the legal and tax architecture that Delaware built, locked in through precedent and continues to exploit. It's not illegal. It's not even hidden anymore. It's simply how the system works because one small state, facing bankruptcy a century ago, found an exploit and never let go. This video is for educational and informational purposes only and is not financial advice. Always do your own research. Subscribe to see how other systems lock in unfair advantages and why they're so difficult to change. This video is for educational and informational purposes only and is not financial advice. Always do your own research.